If I told you there was one force that could turn an average person into a millionaire without working more hours, without getting lucky, and without chasing get-rich-quick schemes, would you actually believe me? No gimmicks, no secret societies, just pure, undeniable math. Well, here's the truth. The rich understand compounding. The poor ignore it. And no, I'm not just talking about money compounding. That's entry-level knowledge. If you only think compounding applies to investments, you're missing 90% of the picture. Because compounding doesn't just work with money. It works with knowledge, habits, relationships, and even the way you think. And here's the real kicker. Most people are compounding the wrong things. They're compounding debt, bad decisions, toxic relationships, and time-wasting habits. Meanwhile, the wealthy, they're compounding the right things. By the end of this video, you won't just understand compounding, you'll know exactly how to use it to your advantage. This is how you get rich with these compounding secrets. Subscribe to the channel and let's get started. Let's kick things off with the first secret to become rich, and that is financial compounding. Wealth isn't built in a single life-changing moment. It's built through small, consistent actions that compound over time. The rich understand this. The broke, they chase lottery tickets, hot stock tips, and quick wins, never realizing they're resetting the compounding clock every time they start over. As Albert Einstein famously said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, he who doesn't pays it. That's compounding in a nutshell. What you do today determines the wealth you enjoy tomorrow. Compounding doesn't care about luck or timing. It rewards patience, consistency, and discipline. The wealthy know that every dollar left to grow becomes an employee, working 24/7 to generate more. They don't cash out early for a new car or a vacation. They let their investments stack until their money makes more money than they ever could by working. They treat compounding like a golden goose, protecting it, feeding it, never cutting it open for quick gains. The broke, on the other hand, pull their money out too soon, chase the next trend, or hesitate for years, watching from the sidelines as others build fortunes. As Henry Ford put it has been my observation that most people get ahead during the time that others waste. The difference between those who build wealth and those who stay stuck isn't intelligence or luck. It's what they choose to do with their time and money. The wealthy see every dollar as a seed. Plant it, water it, and over time it grows into an entire forest. The broke see money as something to burn through, never thinking about the long-term consequences. Meanwhile, those who never master compounding spend their lives trapped in financial quicksand. Every impulse purchase, every delayed investment, every "I'll start next year" moment is compounding against them. Compounding is happening whether you like it or not. The only question is, are you stacking assets or stacking regrets? All right, let's move on to the next compounding secret, knowledge. Ever wonder why some people seem to get smarter and wealthier over time, while others stay stuck in the same financial mess for decades? It's not because one group is luckier or more talented. It's because one group compounds knowledge, while the other compounds ignorance. The rich don't just learn. They apply, refine, and multiply their knowledge until it becomes a powerful force. Meanwhile, the broke consume random information without ever turning it into action. They watch motivational videos, nod in agreement, and then go right back to their usual habits, never making a single change. They collect financial advice like souvenirs, piling up books, articles, and courses, yet never implementing a single lesson. They get excited about learning something new, only to abandon it the moment it requires effort, patience, or practice. The wealthy operate differently. They don't just read a book or watch a course and call it a day. They connect what they learn to what they already know, reinforcing concepts, stacking insights, and applying their knowledge immediately. Every skill they acquire makes it easier to gain the next one. They don't just memorize financial strategies, they experiment, test, and adapt them to their situation. They take an idea, use it, evaluate the results, and refine their approach. Over time, their financial decisions become sharper, faster, and more precise. Not because they were born with better instincts, but because they have compounded their learning through experience. They treat every failure as feedback. Instead of quitting, they ask, "What went wrong?" and adjust their strategy. Every mistake becomes a stepping stone, every challenge a new lesson, and every setback a chance to improve. While others fear failure, they use it as a tool to refine their understanding and make better choices. They surround themselves with mentors, books, and high-value conversations because they know that who they learn from determines what they learn. They don't waste time listening to people who are just as lost as they are. They seek out those who have already walked the path they want to follow. They understand that knowledge, like money, compounds. The more they learn, the faster they improve, the better their decisions become, and the easier wealth creation gets. Compounding knowledge is the difference between staying average and becoming exceptional. Meanwhile, those who never invest in learning, they wake up years later wondering why nothing in their life has changed, never realizing that their ignorance has been compounding against them the entire time. Let's switch gears and talk about relationships, the next compounding secret that can make you rich. You've heard the saying, "Your network is your net worth." But let's be honest, most people completely misunderstand what that actually means. They assume networking is about shaking hands at fancy events, collecting business cards like Pokemon, or firing off cold messages to strangers on LinkedIn, hoping someone will magically change their life. That's not networking, that's desperation. The wealthy don't chase contacts. They build trust. They create relationships that grow, deepen, and multiply. So when the time comes, opportunities land in their lap without them even asking. Meanwhile, those who struggle financially only start networking when they need something, reaching out to people they've ignored for years and wondering why their calls go straight to voicemail. They invest in relationships long before they need them. They offer insight, help, and value without expecting anything in return. They become the type of person people want to introduce to others because they don't just take, they contribute. And over time, those small, consistent efforts turn into a domino effect of bigger opportunities, collaborations, and wealth-building partnerships. They understand that people don't do business with strangers. They do business with those they trust, respect, and know will deliver. They don't show up only when it benefits them. They stay consistent, reliable, and helpful, even when there's nothing in it for them. And when the perfect opportunity presents itself, guess whose name is mentioned first? They surround themselves with winners, not whiners. They choose to associate with those who challenge them, elevate their mindset, and push them to grow. They cut ties with those who drain their energy, complain about life, or offer nothing but excuses. Because here's the truth. Your circle is either pulling you up or suffocating your potential. They don't beg for chances. They create so much value that chances come to them. They don't have to pitch themselves constantly because their reputation does all the talking. They walk into rooms where deals are being made, not because they forced their way in, but because the right people invited them to the table. They know that every person they help, every introduction they make, and every valuable connection they nurture adds fuel to their network's momentum. What starts as a single small relationship soon grows into a powerful ecosystem of influence, opportunity, and long-term success that looks like magic to outsiders, but is simply the result of years of consistent relationship compounding. Meanwhile, those who never invest in their network sit there refreshing their inbox, waiting for an opportunity that never comes. They wonder why no one replies to their messages, why their career remains stagnant, and why their financial situation never improves. They tell themselves, "I just need a lucky break," never realizing that luck isn't given, it's created through relationships. While they've been waiting for success to knock on their door, someone else has been building the connections that make success inevitable. Moving forward, let's delve into an intriguing concept: habit compounding, the unsung wealth amplifier. Your habits are shaping your future whether you realize it or not. Every small decision, every daily routine, every repeated action is quietly stacking up. The question is, are your habits compounding into success, or are they slowly dragging you toward failure? People who struggle financially aren't necessarily lazy or unlucky. They're caught in a cycle of habits that work against them. They postpone important decisions, neglect financial discipline, and prioritize immediate pleasure over long-term security. Every time they skip a chance to invest, every time they delay a goal, every time they waste time on distractions, they're reinforcing a pattern that leads to an unchanged future. The wealthy operate differently. They understand that success isn't about massive one-time efforts. It's about small, consistent actions that stack up over time. They don't wait until they have more money to start saving. They build the habit when they have nothing, because they know wealth isn't created by luck. It's built by discipline. They don't exercise when they feel like it. They make health a priority, knowing that a strong body creates a strong mind, and a strong mind makes better financial decisions. They structure their days around actions that move them forward. They make learning a daily ritual, not something they do when they have time. They cut out distractions, not because they don't enjoy entertainment, but because they know focus is their greatest weapon. They improve by just a fraction every day, saving a little more, reading a little longer, pushing a little further. Not because they expect instant results, but because they understand that true success is a game of inches, not miles. Meanwhile, those who never harness habit compounding stay stuck, waiting for a miracle that never comes. They assume success requires luck or talent, never realizing that every little choice they make is either setting them up for greatness or keeping them trapped exactly where they are. The truth is simple. You are either compounding growth or compounding regret. One will make you rich, the other will steal your future. The choice is yours. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far and want more topics like this, comment the word "more" so I know. Moving forward, let's talk about the secret sauce of compounding: your mind. Here's what no one tells you. Your mindset is compounding every single day, just like your money. The way you think, the beliefs you reinforce, and the attitude you carry are either stacking up to build an unstoppable force of success or quietly digging you into a deeper hole of mediocrity. Some people go through life thinking small, acting small, and attracting small opportunities. They see obstacles as permanent, setbacks as proof they're not good enough, and success as something reserved for other people. They tell themselves, "I could never do that," and so they never do. Meanwhile, those who understand the power of compounding mindset train their thoughts like an elite athlete trains their body. They don't just think big, they expect big. They see failure as a test, not a verdict. They understand that every obstacle is a puzzle to be solved, every challenge is a stepping stone, and every setback is just a setup for a bigger comeback. Take Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. People love to talk about his championships, his game-winning shots, and his dominance on the court. But what most don't realize is how he compounded his mindset long before he ever became a champion. He wasn't born the greatest. He became the greatest because he refused to accept anything less. When he was cut from his high school basketball team, most would have taken that as proof they weren't good enough. He took it as fuel. Instead of quitting, he compounded his work ethic, his belief in himself, and his obsession with growth until failure wasn't even an option anymore. That's the power of a compounding mindset. Some people train their minds to see problems. Others train their minds to see solutions. Some accept the cards they've been dealt. Others reshuffle the deck and force life to give them a better hand. Some sit back and wait for confidence to magically appear. Others act first and let confidence grow from repeated effort and experience. The difference isn't talent. It's not luck. It's how you train your mind to respond to life. The wealthy and successful don't allow negative thoughts to set up camp in their heads. They recognize limiting beliefs for what they are, mental roadblocks that can be bulldozed with enough effort, repetition, and discipline. They feed their minds with possibility, push their comfort zones daily, and expect growth as a non-negotiable. Meanwhile, those who let their mindset compound in the wrong direction wake up year after year with the same struggles, the same excuses, and the same unfulfilled dreams. They never connect the dots that the way they think directly shapes the life they live. Success doesn't start in your wallet, your business, or your bank account. It starts in your mind. What you believe about yourself, your future, and your ability to adapt and grow determines everything else. If you're thinking small, playing it safe, or doubting yourself, you're compounding failure before you even get started. If you're thinking big, taking action, and learning from every mistake, you're compounding your way toward greatness. One will keep you stuck. The other will make you rich. The choice is yours. Now let's dive into a topic that's often overlooked yet incredibly powerful: energy compounding. If wealth is the engine that drives success, energy is the fuel that keeps it running. Most people think success is about money, connections, or knowledge. But what good is any of that if you don't have the energy to use it? Energy is your most valuable currency. Waste it on the wrong things, and no amount of talent or ambition will save you. The rich protect their energy like a billion-dollar asset. They understand that every action, every conversation, every environment they expose themselves to is either fueling their drive or draining their potential. They don't let negativity, distractions, or meaningless drama consume their mental space. They guard their focus fiercely, knowing that the energy they invest today shapes the opportunities they create tomorrow. They cut out drama before it has the chance to take root. They refuse to engage in petty conflicts, useless arguments, or toxic relationships that sap their motivation. They know that mental clutter is just as dangerous as financial debt. If you let it pile up, it will weigh you down until you can't move forward. They prioritize health and mental clarity. They treat their body like a high-performance machine, fueling it with the right nutrition, movement, and rest. They understand that a sharp mind comes from a well-cared-for body. They don't sacrifice sleep for temporary gains because they know exhaustion leads to bad decisions, and bad decisions lead to setbacks. They surround themselves with high-energy people. They seek out those who challenge, inspire, and elevate them. They distance themselves from those who complain, drain, or bring chaos into their world. They don't waste time proving themselves to people who don't believe in them, because they understand that energy spent defending their worth is energy stolen from building their empire. As Tony Robbins once said, "Where focus goes, energy flows." The successful direct their energy toward growth, abundance, and impact. They pour themselves into their vision, knowing that every ounce of effort compounds over time. They don't let distractions steer them off course because they've trained themselves to protect their focus at all costs. Meanwhile, those who never master energy compounding wonder why they feel exhausted, unmotivated, and stuck. They spend their days reacting instead of creating, letting outside forces dictate their mood, drive, and ambition. They don't realize that while they're waiting for a surge of motivation, others are fueling their energy intentionally and building unstoppable momentum. Success isn't just about what you do, it's about the energy you bring to what you do. If you waste it on things that don't matter, you'll never have enough left for the things that do. If you protect, cultivate, and direct it wisely, you'll become a force that no obstacle can stop. Your energy is compounding, whether you realize it or not. The question is, are you letting it build your future or drain it away? And there you have it, a financial enthusiast. You are compounding something every single day, whether you realize it or not. The question is, are you compounding wealth, knowledge, and relationships, or are you compounding debt, wasted time, and missed opportunities? Today, we shared 7 amazing topics on how to get rich. Apply these compounding secrets, and you'll watch your efforts multiply into something extraordinary. Ignore them, and you'll wake up years from now wondering why nothing ever changed. Every small decision you make today, whether it's saving a little more, reading something valuable, connecting with the right people, or simply shifting your mindset, is shaping your future, for better or worse. The wealthy aren't playing a different game than you. They're simply playing smarter and longer, allowing compounding to do the heavy lifting while everyone else chases shortcuts. The truth is, success isn't a mystery. It's not about luck, talent, or intelligence. It's about leveraging time in your favor. Every habit, every investment, every skill, every relationship, they're all compounding, creating a ripple effect that builds into something massive over time. The choice is yours. Start today or stay the same. Build wealth or build regrets. So, what's the first thing you'll start compounding today? If you found this video valuable, I highly recommend watching my next video, which is the perfect complement to this one. Don't hesitate to share this video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Until next time, keep compounding, keep growing, and remember, financial freedom isn't a dream, it's a strategy.